She used to look at me like I was the only person that existed. The way her eyes softened when I walked into the room, it felt like home. Like peace had a face, and it was hers. I met Emma on an ordinary Thursday, in the most unremarkable way possible: spilled coffee, a half-apologetic laugh, and two strangers who decided to sit instead of rushing back to their worlds. I didn't know it then, but that moment was the start of something that would teach me more about love, loss, and grace than any book or sermon ever could. She was warmth personified. The kind of person who remembered your favorite song, your mother's birthday, and the way you took your coffee even after just one time. When she smiled, it wasn't just with her lips, it was with her soul. For months, it felt like we were orbiting each other. Every conversation pulled me closer, every shared silence made me believe we were something rare, something written in the stars. I remember one evening, we were sitting on her apartment balcony, the city lights stretching beneath us. She looked at me with those soft brown eyes and whispered, "You know, you make the world feel smaller, safer." And I, foolishly, believed that meant I was her world. But then came the night everything changed. It was raining, the kind of soft drizzle that makes you nostalgic for no reason. I had left my jacket at her place, so I went back to get it. I didn't call ahead. I wish I had. The door was slightly ajar. Inside, her laughter filled the room, gentle, familiar, but it wasn't for me this time. She was sitting on the floor, cross-legged, with a little girl about 7 years old who was drawing on the walls with markers. A man stood nearby, smiling, snapping photos. I froze. Emma saw me a moment later, her face turned pale, her smile faltering. "Ethan, you weren't supposed to." The man turned too. "Hey, you must be Ethan. Emma's friend from the clinic?" Clinic? I didn't understand. My brain scrambled for sense. She took my hand gently and led me outside before I could say anything. Under the rain, she looked at me, not like I was her world anymore, but like she was terrified of losing mine. "That's Mia," she said softly. "My daughter." The words didn't sting. They shocked me, like the truth had been waiting behind a locked door all along. "And him?" "Her father," she said. "But not my husband anymore. We're trying to fix things. For her." Silence. All I could hear was the rain, and the sound of my heart trying to make sense of kindness that wasn't meant to be love. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to feel betrayed. But looking at her trembling hands, her eyes glistening, not with guilt, but exhaustion, I couldn't. "You never lied," I said after a long pause. "You just never told me." She nodded. "I didn't want to make you part of a mess I haven't even cleaned up yet. You made me feel human again. I didn't want to lose that." That night, I walked home, drenched, confused, heartbroken, and oddly, grateful. Because even if she had another universe, a daughter, a family, a life I didn't know about, what we shared was still real. It wasn't betrayal. It was borrowed time. Weeks passed. We stopped talking. I focused on work, tried to bury her memory beneath deadlines and late-night coffee runs. But sometimes, when I passed the clinic she volunteered at, I'd see her. With Mia. With other kids. That's when I understood what she meant when she said I made her world smaller. Emma's universe wasn't about romance. It was about kindness, about holding broken people together with a smile, about giving when she had nothing left. I decided to help. Quietly. I started volunteering at the same clinic, reading to kids, fixing toys, cleaning up. I never asked for her attention again, but every time I saw her across the room, her hair tied up, a smudge of paint on her cheek, I felt something even stronger than love. Respect. Months later, it was Christmas Eve. The clinic held a little celebration for the kids. Mia ran up to me, her drawing in hand. "Look, Mr. Ethan. I made this for you." It was a crayon picture of me, her, and Emma, under a sky full of stars. I looked at Emma, who was standing by the door, smiling. That same smile that had once undone me, now, it grounded me. She walked over and said quietly, "You could have walked away. Most people would have." I shrugged, smiling. "You taught me that sometimes love isn't about holding on. It's about helping someone stand in their own light." She blinked away tears and whispered, "Thank you, for still being part of my universe." That night, as I left the clinic, I realized something profound. Sometimes, the people who look at us like we're their whole world, they already have one. Maybe even several. But that doesn't make what we shared meaningless. It just means we were lucky to be a small, beautiful part of their vast, complicated universe. And maybe that's enough. Because love isn't always about being someone's world. Sometimes, it's about being a kind star that helped them find their way home.